Hi. Yeah, finally I'm audible. Great. So I think we have a great panel here, and we're talking about something that I'll be honest, I don't have any knowledge about. So I will do the less of the talking, and more of the talking would be done by, our AI evangelists on the stage here. So when I talk of evangelists and AI evangelists, right? It's AI is still around the corner. It's still the new kid in the block, right? For marketers. And while we consider ourselves, champions in Chat GPT usage, but that's just not the AI that we're talking about. We're talking about personalization, efficiency, and predictive marketing. Uh, how does AI help in this? So I know we all have been doing a lot of reading about it. There are a lot of articles around it. Theoretically, there is a lot of material out there. So let's start with one use case from each of you where AI really helped you personalize, become efficient, and predict your marketing, spends or marketing moves as such. Uh, Zubin, I'll start with you.
So let me start by saying that while everybody's been using AI to generate content, to understand everything, we've been using AI to understand human body, right? So let me ask a quick question. You know, it's post-lunch session. How many of you feel an energy drip around 3 p.m.? Can I have a show of hands? Correct. But everything's good with you, right? But your body is saying something else, and you need to listen to it. So, you know, the biggest use case for us has been our business model. We don't look at understanding your blood test. We don't look at just giving you your blood test reports. We are doing a biomarker intelligence, wherein we try and understand what is going on with the body. You know, the body whispers all the time, but we don't listen. A live example here, you know, this show of hands just told me that there is something wrong somewhere, and it's not just the post-lunch slouch that people feel, that 3 p.m., oh, energy dip ho gaya, mujhe to bas sone do. No, there's something wrong with the body, and one needs to listen to that. So I think what helped us was that when we moved to this multi-biomarker intelligence to understand the human body, we could engage with our customers at a different level. You know, right from, when you get your test reports done, when you get your blood test done, you're handed over a test report. It's just numbers. You know, and as long as you think that my number is within the range, oh, I'm happy, everything is good with me. But the truth is that, you know, those ranges are the averages of those particular labs. You know, those ranges are not defined. So those ranges will differ from lab to lab. If you get yourself tested from 2 different labs, those ranges will differ. So what is normal may not be optimal for you or for your body. And what we are doing is we are trying to understand that and deliver it back to the customer by saying that, hey, you know what? This is not just predictive, but a very precise and a personalized output that we are giving you on the basis of your blood tests, what's going on with your body, and what is it that you need to do to take care of yourself. So what follows is a complete diet, supplementation, and lifestyle, which happens through our drug discovery engine at Bespoke Wellness, which is the other brand that I take care of. But yeah, for us, AI has been the base of our products, of understanding the consumers, and not just marketing, but also helping them get back into their most optimal self.
So the moral of the story is next time you do your whole body checkup and get the
Come to
reports.
eGenome.
Yeah, go to go to a doctor. Don't just ChatGPT it.
Oh,
Uh,
no. One very good thing that you said, that guys, ChatGPT and Perplexity will not give you the answers to your problems. So if you're uploading your blood test reports on ChatGPT or Perplexity or Claude for that matter, they are only as good as the data that has been fed into them. Why we are different is because, you know, there is an entire AI algorithm which has been developed on the basis of 5 lakh individuals' data, their health reports. And when the blood tests are done, those tests are mapped against this AI algorithm which has this much data to figure out what could be wrong with your body. So my biggest request to you guys is that never ever chat GPT or Perplexity your symptoms, because it will not tell you what is going on with you.
Great. Gyan, I'll come to you, right? Jindal Steel, a large enterprise. where do you see, and how does AI help you? What's the use case that you can share with our audience?
See, I think for us, I think AI is actually integrated into a lot of things that we are doing. Now, fundamentally, when you look at us or any business, AI can operate at 4 levels in any business. One is to give you intelligence for faster decision making. So, for example, the way we have done is for the board and for senior management, rather than looking at 15 different reports, saying this is sales report, this is production report, this is cash flow reports, is a single report that goes, which interlinks everything else. So there's a rationale when the sales goes up or the sales goes down, how does it impact every other business? So that is, you're getting AI to do an intelligence for you for faster decision making. And that report also tells him what are the key areas that he should be looking at for the day. So that's building intelligence. Second is you can get into to do execution. So for us, execution is multifaceted, right? So from steel planning, so hot metal planning to production planning to dispatch planning. Now, these are complex operations because just the number of, the size is huge, right? So for a planning, there'll be like about 7,000 sheets, items that has to be planned across about 50 different variables. That's how the planning happens. So leveraging AI, how can you make the planning to the most optimum level? Doing the dispatch to the most optimum level. In terms of marketing, sales and marketing, how are you engaging with your customer? Not for selling, but actually for actually helping him. So if he's looking to build a house, so this is the kind of TMT you need, this is the kind of cement you use. So engaging with them at that front. So that is around execution. Then you do for decision making. How do you actually enable decisions in any function, depending on how many parameters I have, what all information is available to me. So can I actually help in decision making? And fourth is actually the prediction. Can I actually start predicting, looking at internal factors and external factors, when you look at that. So I think for us, AI is actually, the way we are looking at it is ingraining into everything and anything that we probably do. And there are multiple ways of doing that, from using, custom GPTs to agentic flows to having our own agentic platform on which we kind of build our own agents for the organization. So it's like a spread.
Interesting. Zubin, I'll come to you. You have managed, you have been a chief AI officer for a large organization, and now you are probably, consulting a lot of brands, specifically on AI for marketing. You must have come across a lot of case studies. So what's one use case that you really want to refer to?
Thank you for having me here. So I've been consulting a lot of D2C founders, startup founders on AI. And see, largely what we've seen in the ecosystem is that most of the people and marketing folks use AI for content generation. Very few use it for decision making. What we've done is that we've created an AI decision making engine where, I'll give you an example, where I'm working with a founder. He sells non-alcoholic brands online. So what we've done, and he's been selling it for a while now. He's got all the data that we need. So he's got customer data, he's got complaint data, he's got feedback data, he's got voice calls, he's got everything. What we did was we took all of that, we put it into an AI layer, and we started giving very strong prompts to AI to start thinking about what is the issue that's there. With all those inputs that we gave at a decision-making level. And what came out, and we worked around, the different kind of inputs, the different kind of feedback, the voice calls that the customers had with his back-end call center. And what we found was that after going through all that and after putting all that into AI, working with AI, what we found was that we got 7-8 key products, okay, which the customers actually wanted, which he didn't know. So AI gave him, that kind of an input where he could launch new products. So he's in the pipeline of launching another 2-3 products. But this is the decision that AI actually gave. And this is what we worked at. Now, if it wasn't for AI, all this would have been somewhere in his backend server, lying as voice calls. But we took those voice calls and we figured out, what exactly happened in those voice calls and how we could better it for a new product that he's going to launch. That's at one level. What we did also at a communication level was that we went and collected all his competitors' advertisements, whatever they were doing on the digital platform. We scraped through all the engagements that each advertisement had, scraped through all the comments that were there. We then put that back into AI, and then we told AI to work around it. We gave it very solid exercises and prompts for AI to work around it, and told AI to find gaps between what we were communicating and what the competition was communicating. And we also had the engagement levels there. That's when you really use AI. So when AI came back, it gave us clear gaps in terms of where we could actually position his non-alcoholic beverages depending on the variants. So that is what I've been working on as a decision-making engine. And that's where the difference is between using AI as content generation, and nothing wrong in that, and using AI as a decision-making engine. That is where the game will change.
Interesting that you mentioned about decision making, because that's where actually marketers need to put their focus on probably. Sonali, I'll come to you, right? We're talking about decision making and how AI prompts that and helps that. One use case that you would want to share with our audience.
Okay, so I think from a marketing lens, I would say that right from designing the creative brief to executing the campaign to measuring results, right? There is so much optimization that AI has enabled us to do, not only in terms of the applications which are there to do each or everything in silos, but also the entire way of using an AI generalist mindset, right? So I'm training my teams to think like an AI generalist rather than, having that instinct to pick up a PPT or a Word file or an Excel and putting your manual thoughts in it. Use AI to, give you the first cut, the first layer, then build your marketer intelligence on top of it. Because see, AI can only give you workflows and certain outputs. What is relevant for your target audience, what is relevant for your product and market is something that only humans know. AI cannot sit out there in the market. It doesn't know what the retailer pain points it. It doesn't know how my consumer is, behaving at the point of sales. So that's where the human intelligence will come in, right? So despite all these applications, which of course there are enough and more, the co-panelists also talked about the use cases. For me, it's about using it as just another tech, right? Just another tech at the base of providing an optimal veneer on which you can then, build the human decision, which actually leads to results and business impact.
Interest, yeah.
On that thought, I don't know, this is one thing I always, this AI is not technology. It is business transformation. So if you think like a technology and plug it in your organization, it's not any other tool.
Yeah. It's an infrastructure, I would say. Treat it like an infrastructure.
Well, the way I look at that, it's not infrastructure. This is where your actually business starts transforming. It's going to disrupt businesses. It's not infra level. And I think a lot of people are not realizing that out. But it will, when you're talking about personalization, right now when we are talking about personalization, a campaign or an ad or whatever, the real personalization is connecting your marketing to your supply, to your logistics, to your production. I should be actually producing what customer wants, selling what, overselling the inventory at a discount. When you connect the entire piece, that's when actually the personalization happens.
Now, if I have to sum it up like a true marketer, let AI work as your intern, not your spokesperson.
Depends how you train it, but yes.
Interesting. So Gyan, this point brings me to my question on, all this is fine, personalization, efficiency, right? But I think the biggest challenge today is to make the marketer and the marketing team realize the potential and adapt to it, probably, right? So since you started this question, so I'll come to you. What would be the solution? How would you train your CMO, say the CMO at Jindal Steel, to?
I think so. So for us, we have, and I think this is very right that you mentioned, because without people realizing it, and one thing we have to understand, like any other new wave that comes in, there's a lot of fear in people. When computers came, people thought that it would create job losses. When internet came, it thought that it will create disrupt industries. It did, but it always enhanced your economy. So one thing is that taking the fear out of people that it is not to replace you. It's going to make you more efficient. So what we have done is that we have undertaken a huge program called eGenome, where we are training 5,000 people across the organization, from the senior most to the junior most, about how AI can be led, which is across 3 tracks. One is for the personal productivity. How can I use about email, making presentations, comparing sheets, etc., etc. Second, at your functional level. How will your function transform? If you were to, how can AI help you at a functional level? Third, at an organizational level. So it is, you're right, it's a massive exercise, not easy because it's about changing people, which is not an easy thing to do, but it starts from there.
I'll just add to one point from Gyan. I'm waiting to see the day the consumer uses AI to understand what is the personalized product they need and then dictate that to the brands, saying that this is what we need, create it. And then the back-end team start working right from production to everybody else, right? So I think that future is not
It's
very
a full
far.
circle, yeah. Interesting.
That's already started for a lot of brands.
Yeah. So I think we are, just about 6 minutes away from closing the session. So I'll really come and, want to do a rapid fire kind of a thing and understand one thing that a marketer needs to adopt to make himself or his team AI efficient, as a AI efficient marketing team. Zubin.
Yeah, I think it's very clearly AI literacy and AI fluency, and we run workshops on that. I'm here to promote my agency too. But
One thing that, one trend that needs to be.
yeah, so it's all about how adaptive the team can get, and that all starts with the literacy. Like he said, they're undertaking programs right across, and that's what it is. Only when you become literate, you'll know how to use it. Otherwise, you're not going to be able to use it.
Interesting. Hansveen, your point?
See, I think for me, the one thing that a marketer should take back from this is that AI is a powerful tool that will allow him for faster decisions and faster execution. The timelines are crunching. You don't no longer spend weeks on planning. And if you will not do that, someone else will definitely do. And that will be at your cost. So you got to figure out, do you really want to, still live in the old school, or actually step out and do that bold change?
Yeah, I'll go next. See, for me, of course, it's about AI literacy and understanding use cases and workflows, which create more optimal business outcomes. But it's also about sharpening your ability to judge at the boundary, right? You have lakhs of data points sitting with you. Now you have AI and tech refining, distilling the outcomes you need to take. But which is the best, most optimal outcome which will lead you to the impact you want to drive? That judgment at the boundary refinement is what I'm going to train my team and expect all the marketing community to come up the curve on.
Interesting.
I think I'm going to build on to what everybody said and just sum it up by saying that we have to move from AI, leveraging AI as a content creation tool, to an intelligence tool. We really need to, like Sonali mentioned, draw those boundaries to understand what is right for us and what is the information that I want to take it out from AI. AI has reached that level now that we don't say that this is my target segment, because AI allows you personalized human signatures. You can actually connect in the most personalized and precise manner with individuals basis what their concerns are. So it is important that marketers understand where to draw that line, and marketers understand that this is not just about content creation and making creatives and making ad copies. It is about an intelligence that this tool is providing me, and where all can I leverage it. At Gyan's level, like he mentioned, that across the organization at different levels. So right from product creation to the level that it reaches the consumer in his hands, they have been trying to implement AI at all levels. At our end, AI has been used to create the product itself and how it is reaching out to the consumers. I didn't speak about the marketing story, but it is as interesting as the product. But the point is that AI is going to be the language of everything now. AI has been used in marketing, AI has been used in healthcare, AI has been used across different sectors. It is going to be the next big language that everybody is going to speak in. So it is important that we educate ourselves, and we educate ourselves rightly on that. So yeah, that's how I would sum it up.
Interesting. Heard the marketer's perspective, right? Generally people in media and people in our business, we're really scared of AI, right? Especially when ChatGPT used to write your stories. I have been speaking to a lot of, leaders in the media business, and they have always been saying that you have to make yourself relevant and understand AI better. I think the bottom line stays the same here, right? Great. I think we have still have 2 minutes, but I would really love to end it here and finish on time. With one hope that next year when we talk about the same subject, there would be obviously new takeaways and new keywords that would emerge from the conversation.
Probably
Till
our
that time,
avatars would be here talking to each other, right? The AI avatars on personalization.
of course. On that note, thank you, my panelists, and thank you, audience. You have been a great one. Thanks.